We all know why we are gathered here today. It's to celebrate my grandmother's 90th birthday. I am the oldest of 6 grandchildren. My grandma has taught us many things over the years. She taught us how to be kind, caring, and generous to others. Her saying to me always was, never judge a book by its cover. Her wise words have always guided me through life to pass on to my kids and grandchild. Grandma always has given support towards any of her grandchildren or great-grandchildren to have a goal in life and work towards it. Small steps will always reward you in the end. Can't and never were not a part of Grandma's vocabulary. She felt that trying your best at all times was what made you a good person. Being strict and following the straight and narrow path was Grandma's job. After all, she had to take that role on with being married to Grandpa, Chicken Charlie. He was the joker of the family, and that's when Grandma became the enforcer of the rules. You had no choice, Grandma. I remember when moving with my husband, Clarence, back to the Winfield area to raise our family, people would ask us, who was your family? How did you guys come to Winfield? As soon as we would say we are Charles and Virginia Sherburne's granddaughter and Clarence, they would say, oh my, are you Battle Axe granddaughter? And of course I'd probably say, yes I am. And then the stories of her teaching them would start. When they were all done telling them, they would say she was the best teacher we had. We learned a lot, and she always cared about her class like her own kids. At this time, I would just like to say I am proud, honored, and privileged to have a grandmother in my life who has been a part of my 3 children's lives, as well as my granddaughter's life. Happy birthday to a lady who is very important to all of her grandchildren. Love you, Grandma.
It's Norma's turn.
Oh, no. You'll give all the secrets away.
Really, I won't. I'm going to be good. It's a great pleasure to be here today to help our dear friend Virginia celebrate her birthday, 90 years. Oh my. Last week while visiting with her, she said, we said, it must be great, Virginia. And do you know what she said? Hell no. Can't party, can't dance, can't travel, can't do anything. Unfortunately, that's what it happens to all of us. We've been friends with Virginia for a very long time. A friendship that started in the old curling rink in Winfield when Charles and Virginia used to drive from Holbrook to Winfield to curl with me. Can you imagine? Just imagine this. We've shared sad times and a lot of good times. We've camped together at Kootenai Plains before the David Thompson was built. We've traveled in the motorhome. We've traveled to Las Vegas. And Charles and Virginia and Robin and I traveled to Victoria with a borrowed tent trailer. And on our first night, you can imagine this. We had a very incident where we forgot to put the jacks up on one end. And upon going to bed, it acted like a seesaw. And 2 of us ended up in the air. Now I'm not sure which one of us went, which one, Charles or Virginia went between the outside of the tent and the bed. It was quite a commotion.
And the train came through every
It did. But we still had a great time. Probably the best memory was when Virginia joined us in Dallas, and then we drove to San Antonio. After a morning of sightseeing, we stopped in a little piano bar on the river walk. All the free peanuts in the shell were thrown on the floor. And after an afternoon of drinking, eating peanuts, and listening to the piano music, and conversation with the pianist, as we were leaving, he played Canadian Sunset. Remember? It was a great time. Other memories include cake parties at the farm and the social event of the year. We were always included in the Sherburne family get-togethers as if we were part of their family. There are just so many great memories. Virginia being such a compassionate person, when living in Winfield and we were building our house, Virginia would come down often with coffee and cake. And one time, in particular, we were in our bedroom, the only room that we had that was getting fairly clean. They joined us, but we didn't, all we had was, excuse me, wait, I lost my place. The toilet wasn't attached, it was just unattached toilet bowl. So we put a piece of plywood on that, and that was our table. And there were sawhorses with chairs. Hard time. And Virginia's 80th birthday, out of Kathy Nell's acreage, we had our grandchildren with us. And at the time, our oldest granddaughter, Riley, was quite concerned because she couldn't see a cake. And she told Virginia. And of course, Virginia said, I haven't seen one either. So Riley, I think she might have been 5 or 6. She went, I think it was about 5, and she went looking. She comes back and she said to Virginia, I found it. So the memorable part of this story is Virginia cutting the cake with all these little kids around her. It was really cute. Some people say good things are made in heaven, and this is definitely a friendship made in heaven. Thanks for the memories. And I'm sure everyone will join me in wishing you a very, very happy birthday.